This is literally the most craziest, wildest thing that I ever done, and please do not judge me. Do not judge me. It was only one freaking time. You're gonna hear about it, and it was the scariest time of my life, and I will never do it again. You guys, thank you for tuning back into my channel. Today we are doing a story time. I'm a little embarrassed, to be honest. Not too many people know about this story about myself. I'm over it now. We all are young and we do dumb things. This is one of the young, dumb things that I did. It's probably the worst, I would say, the worst experience. And this is a quick disclaimer. I do not advise anyone to try this. Don't even think about it. I say no to drugs. All drugs I say no to, and don't think about it. Don't get peer pressured into it, and don't do it. Okay, if you are interested in seeing about the drug I'm talking about and you want to watch my story time, it's going to be super interesting. It's funny now. It wasn't funny at the time, but I can sit back and literally laugh about it. Okay, and if you want to watch this video, go ahead and watch the entire video. Leave your comments and your questions. It won't offend me. Say whatever you want, okay, because I've totally forgiven myself for it. Leave your comments, like this video, share this video, and watch the video through, and let's go ahead and get into the story. Okay, where do I start? Okay, so go on ahead and get you something to snack on and something to drink on, because this is going to be really interesting and, I don't know, really exciting. So it all started, give me 1 second. So with the ex of mine, we were going on a date on Saturday. So it all started with me. I was in high school, by the way, and I was hearing about this new drug. It's called Spice. Okay, go ahead and comment a thumbs down if you have ever heard of Spice before, okay? So I've heard of this new drug called Spice. So I heard about this new like drug called Spice, and I've been hearing about it. It's been like the talk around the campus or whatever about how Spice is cool, like it's not illegal, it's THC free. And if you don't know what THC is something that like the jobs can detect, and like people can detect if you're like not supposed to be doing drugs at all, and weed. And then Spice is supposed to be the version of weed that doesn't have the THC in it, so it's supposed to be like undetectable basically in your bloodstream, I guess. So people say it's not as bad. At this time weed was illegal, Spice wasn't illegal, so that's what has been going on. So it was a Saturday. I was with my ex-boyfriend. We were going on a date to the movies, and my bright self, because you know I have all the bright ideas, I told him like, hey, we should totally like try out Spice. And he looked, he was so hesitant. He was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, like why not? I haven't heard any bad things about it. People do it. And at this time I didn't know anyone, like I've never seen anyone high up Spice, never. I just heard about it, and I was like, okay, couldn't be that bad, it's legal, so why not try it, right? So boom. Okay, keep in mind, me and him, we don't smoke. Like, we are so non-smokers. We have like virgin lungs for the most part. And so yeah, today we were gonna smoke some Spice. Okay, so we get in the car, we head over to the store. So like I said, Spice is legal, or it was legal at the time, and so you can buy it literally out the store. You just had to be 18 or older. So we get to the store on the west side. Went to the west side. We went to the store, and so we walk in. They have the spice on the counter or whatever, and I remember what it was called. It was called Funky Monkey. Okay, Funky Monkey. I will never forget it. Funky Monkey. So they had spice that was like 1x, 2x, 4x, all the way up to like 20x. Okay, so we're over there. We were in the store for a minute trying to figure out, okay, like what spice are we gonna get. I definitely wasn't going towards the higher end because it was like I just wanted to be like a cool, mellow type of feeling, not nothing too crazy. So I didn't want to go for the 1x because it was like I didn't want to waste our money and not feel anything at all. Because the whole point of trying it is to feel something, you know. So we went for the 4x. We got the 4x Funky Monkey, okay? Do not try it, please don't. It'll ruin your life. No, just don't try it. And you will see why. So we got the 4x Funky Monkey, okay? Boom, we got the blunts. And we got a lighter because neither one of us smoked, so we didn't have blunts and we didn't have a lighter, so we had to get those. So boom, Funky Monkey, blunts, lighter, boom, we're ready to go to watch this movie that we thought we were gonna watch. Okay, so we drove to the movie theater. We're having fun, we're cracking jokes, and the only reason why he agreed to it is because there's no THC. He had a really good job at the time, so he couldn't smoke weed at all, even if he wanted to, which he wasn't a smoker, but he couldn't smoke weed because you randomly get drug tests. My job at the time, they didn't care honestly what you were on, as long as you didn't show up to work on it, they literally didn't care, okay? But I wasn't like into smoking at all, so I just thought like, oh, why not just try this spice sometime? And so because he was a little bit older than me, I felt like he agreed to try it because he wanted to seem like hip, cool, and still fresh or whatever like that. You know how like how guys get when they're like older and they're with the younger girl, they want to like, you know, make the younger girl feel like, oh, they're super cool, they're super, you know, whatever. I wish he would have been like, girl, I am not doing this, don't do it, let's just go to the movies and have a good time. So we pulled up to the movie theaters, we parked in the back. We were like talking or whatever like that. We were like cracking jokes or whatever. We were just having a good time. And I was like, okay, boom, we're gonna roll this up. We're gonna smoke this. We're gonna be in the movie theaters. We're gonna be laughing. We're cracking up. We're gonna be like on cloud 9. And literally, the movie is gonna be in 3D. Due to the fact that we high off this, like it's gonna be the best experience ever. Okay. So neither one of us knew how to roll a blunt. So the blunt was already like messed up. Like it was the worst blunt probably in history. Okay, literally we looked at it and we was like, oh my god, like really, because it was horrible. But okay, we proceeded just to smoke it anyway. Okay, he of course being the macho man, he hit the blunt first. Okay, so he lit it, and when I say that smell, spice smells so freaking horrible. That is the worst smell ever. I do not like the smell of spice at all. It's just like, it's a stinky type of smell. I can't even like describe it. It's stinky. So he rolled it up, and he was hitting it. And he was hitting it like really, really hard. He was hitting the blunt so hard. And I was like, stop, okay, there's more to it, like puff, puff, pass. I may not be a smoker, but I know puff, puff, pass. So, he passed it. I hit it like twice, okay, boom. He got it again. And he hit it like once. And I like took it from him, and I like put it out. So, we were sitting there, and it was like quiet, and it felt like for so long, and instantly I felt it. And I was sitting there, and it's like, it just felt like it was the longest like just moment of silence. I was sitting there, and like in my, literally this is not clickbait or whatever you call it. I don't even know what clickbait really is, but this is a true story. I was sitting there, right, and it felt like in my mind I was like hopping on squares. It was like black and white squares, and I would hop from one black square to the white square to the black square, and I was just like, I don't know. Literally, that's what I was thinking about, like in my mind. That's what I was doing. So I'm sitting there, I'm already scared. I'm like, oh my God, this is totally out of my element. I didn't expect it to be like this. So I'm sitting there, I'm a little scared. I don't want to tell him that I'm scared. I don't want to say anything. I don't even know if I could have said anything at the time. I was just like quiet, and I was just like, my mind was doing this weird thing, right? So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden he started laughing, and like I look at him, and he was laughing hysterically, like we were at a comedy show. No one was talking. We have just went from silence to laughing hysterically, and it like freaked me out even more, because I'm like, please, I'm like, what's funny? Stop laughing, stop laughing, stop laughing. I'm like, I don't have a crack on, I don't have a grin on my face. I'm like in complete panic mode. Okay, sorry. He stopped laughing. It gets back quiet, and I'm like looking at him through like, you know, my peripheral, because I'm too scared to even look at him. All of a sudden he rolled down the window. I'm guessing he was hot, so he rolled down the window. He hopped out of the freaking window. This is a two-door car. This is a two-door car. Small windows. This man is about 6'2". You know, he has a slim, muscular build. He hopped out of the freaking window and hit the ground. I'm like, oh God, Lord, like, please, Lord, I'm so sorry, please. Like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, please, just like, I'm going crazy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. But one thing I'm not going to do is get out this car where he is, okay? I ain't getting out there. I know I got that much sense that I ain't getting out there. So he like take off all his clothes. When I say he got butt naked, he got butt naked, right? Okay, so he take off everything, and it was like so lightning quick. He took off everything he had on, and he sprinted to the right. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm never going to college. Like, literally my life flashed before me. I was just like, what do I do? 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 Okay, now that he left, and I'm sure he's gone, I get out the car and I went in the movie theaters. And I'm panicking, I'm panicking, I'm panicking, I'm panicking. I'm trying to call my mom to come get us, because clearly we got into some stuff that we were not prepared for, and we can't get out. And I need her to come get me and rescue me and save me. So I'm asking the lady for the phone. And literally they were like, in my mind, they were like walking like turtles. Like, I don't know why they don't see like the seriousness on my face. Like, this is an emergency. Like, let me use the phone. It felt like it took for them 5 minutes. So I got the phone, and I couldn't remember my mom's number. My mom been having this number for at least 10 years. Okay, at least 10 years. I know her number by heart. And I forgot my mom's number. Literally, my heart sunk into my shoes. I was like, I literally could not remember her freaking number, and it was driving me crazy. It was making me even more scared, and I was like, should I call 911? I don't want to call 911. We might go to jail. He has a really good job. He can't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to jail. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to jail, because I'm not gonna be able to reach my mom. And of course, we gotta find him, and I'm not going to go look for him on my own. Like, I got that much sense. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna put myself in harm's way. So after it felt like 10 minutes, I finally remembered her number. Oh my gosh, I thank God so much. I'm like, oh, thank you, God. I finally remembered her number. I called her. Boom. She's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I didn't need to come get me. I'm crying on the phone. I'm snotting. It's all bad, okay? Makeup gone. Everything. I'm surprised I still have my wig on, okay? Other than that, everything just went left. I waited outside of the movie theaters. It felt like legit, no lie, we lived probably about 15-20 minutes away from the movie theater. It felt like it took her 3 hours. I'm gonna say 30 hours right now. It felt like it took her 3 hours. I was just like waiting. You know how you see people pull up and you've been waiting for someone and it's like all the cars keep pulling up but it's not your ride? That's how I felt. And it literally felt like it was 3 hours. But I knew she like got in her car and immediately, you know, she heard the shakiness in my voice that it was something serious and she needed to come like get me now. So she finally got there. She finally got there. Oh my gosh, I felt so much better. I felt like I got someone around me that's gonna help protect me and help make sure that I'm okay, because right now I don't have control. I don't have control of my thoughts. I don't have control over like my mind. I don't know like what's really going on. Okay, so boom, she get there. My mom's friend is cracking her butt up. She is laughing. She is rolling, okay? She is rolling. And I'm over here like crying, like, oh my God, I love all of you. Thank you for coming to get me. And I was like, I don't know where he's at. And they were like, what do you mean you don't know where he's at? I'm like, well, we smoked some spice and then, she was like, you smoked some spice? I was like, yeah. So we found him. He was in the gutter, naked, butt naked, laying face first in the gutter. I didn't even see him, like literally, it was just so blurry. Everything was just so like blurry. I didn't even see him. Okay, so my mom's friend picked him up. So embarrassing, right? Like your mom and your mom's friend seeing your boyfriend like naked is like the most embarrassing thing ever. So they picked him up, they put him in the car. He was like gone. When I say he was gone, to be like this 6'2" strong, like muscular man, and it was like, you're not even here. Like he wasn't there at all. But luckily my mom and his mom are like cool like that, okay? Because his mom probably would have been so freaking like just disappointed and upset. Let me turn my phone off because like, ugh. Okay, so boom. We live right across the street from each other. Luckily, we get to his mom's house. My mom knocked on the door or whatever. She let her know what happened. My mom's friend takes him from the car. And I'm sure he could barely stand. My mom takes him from the car. She helped his mom put a chair in the bathroom, and we like let him cool off. They like put the shower on him, let him cool off or whatever, because he was out of there. I was out of there, but he was gone, because he was like I said, when he first was taking those first few hits, he was hitting on it hard. That's why I was like, dang, bro, you know, he over here trying to prove something, you know what I'm saying? And now look at you. So boom. So my mom's over here like, oh yeah, do you have milk? Like, give him milk. Give him milk. It's gonna help him like get his high down. They didn't have milk. So my mom had to give her milk or whatever. We both. I got home. I took a shower. I like drunk a freaking gallon of milk. I like cried myself to sleep. I was so embarrassed. Like, imagine the phone call after that day. And this is my idea. Like, literally, I was the bad influence, which I'm hardly ever the bad influence in anything bad. I was the bad influence in this situation. Like, I probably didn't text him until like 11, and I was like, hey, are you okay? Like, I know he wasn't dead or anything like that. I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm okay. He was like, literally, I don't remember anything from last night. Like, I remember pulling up to the theater, and his car was still there too. I'm not sure how they got his car. I don't know if they went back to get his car that night or whatever, but we ended up leaving his car there, of course, because he couldn't drive it and no one else could drive it. He was like, he didn't remember anything at all. And I was like, oh my God. I told him, like, you were completely naked. My mom's seen, like, everything. He was like, are you serious? I was like, yes, she's seen everything, okay? Like, and I told him the whole story, how he was tripping, and he was just like, oh my God, she was serious? I'm like, yes, he was tripping so hard, and it was just all bad. Like, I know he had bruises. Like, I'm for sure he had bruises. So yeah, like, that was that. We like totally like laughed about it. We like we told ourselves we would never do it again, of course, because that was just like crazy. And yeah, it was just all bad. So that was my experience with smoking spice. Okay, we almost had to go to the freaking hospital, okay, and luckily we didn't. We was able to like get it out of our system, thanks to my mom and his mom helping us out. But one last thing, what's crazy, the whole entire time we had our cell phones in the car. So literally, if I was in my right mind, I would have just picked up my cell phone, went to mom, and like called her, and we would have like left so much sooner. But because I was so gone, I like forgot that I had a cell phone in the car, he had his cell phone. I could have used any one of our phones to call instead of like looking all like crazy and weird in the theater begging to use their phones. So yeah, that's how I know I was like, I was gone. I was out of there. I was done for. So yeah, like, that was my experience smoking spice. I do not advise anyone to ever do it. I did get to see later on in the years how spice, like the reaction people get from spice. Most people that I've seen that do spice, they mostly like nod out and they get back up, and it's like they get back up and they do one of these things. And like, there was this one person I knew that smoked spice, like, he couldn't walk while he was high. He couldn't walk, he couldn't talk. And spice don't last for a long time or whatever. Like, it doesn't, the high isn't for a long time. That's what I'm trying to say. He couldn't walk, he couldn't talk, and honestly, anybody could have took advantage of him. And I felt like that could have like been me. Someone could have took advantage of me or of us, because like literally you just do not have control over yourself. You literally don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and just end this. So that was my experience smoking spice. I only did it one time. I will never do it again, ever. I don't advise anybody to do it. This is a disclaimer. Do not do any drugs, okay? Don't do drugs at all, okay? Because you don't want to end up on YouTube having to tell your story about what happened to you while you were high, okay? If you enjoyed this story time, go ahead and like, thumbs up, comment, say what you want. I'm not even going to take it personal. I ain't going to take it personal. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. This is until next time.